Yes, thank you. I think it's been so long, right?
It's been, I think, over a month, right?
Yes. Today I'm so excited.
Go on. Do you have some news? Do you have some topics you would like to discuss?
Yeah, topic, okay. Yeah, sure. Today I would talk about some specific topic and it's quite related beginner issues. Like on the spot we are unable to have the content which is very required to deliver, right? Like vocabularies or sentence formations or it doesn't come out when
Okay.
we have a needed. So how to you know uh change self. So while talking, yeah, while delivering answers, everything comes quickly. So what is your opinions and please?
Can you just ask me that question again? I was a little confused about what the issue is in this question. Just give me
Okay,
a short version of the question.
yes, sure. Like whenever we are talking to anyone, so on the spot, that content, yeah, even that statement is needed on the spot, it does not come out
Okay.
quickly. So, what should I do to come out all the content on the spot and we can use it?
So this is a very common issue because people don't have the experience. They don't know how to deal with these issues. Okay.
Yes.
So the slow method is to just keep practicing, right? Put yourself in the
Mm-hmm.
same situation again and again so that eventually you'll feel comfortable about how to tackle that issue or how to come up with the right words, right? Now, yesterday this happened to me. I was with some cousins and I was trying to make a joke that somebody is not going to give you something back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't
Yes.
think of the word, but the word I was looking for, I just realized this today. The word I was looking for is you can sign it up, you can write it off as bad debts. You know, bad debts in accounting, we have this concept of bad debts that you write it off as a loss because you know you're not going to get the money back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in the moment, I couldn't think of what that word was. I couldn't think of bad debts. Okay. So when it comes to the slow process, again, keep talking to people, keep going, keep challenging yourself, keep thinking of what words you would like to use. You can research them, you can write them down. But if you want to make it a little bit quicker, right, this is why we do these sessions where you can have a conversation in a controlled environment, right? Push yourself because see, when you're talking to a stranger, they can come up with any random topic, right? Like
Yes.
today, we didn't think we were going to mention something about accounting, but now it's come up, right?
Yes.
So when you're talking to your friends, when you're talking to your coworkers, it's good. You should do that because they'll come up with new topics. They'll give you new words to research. They'll give you new ideas on how you can have conversations, right? So anybody who starts off with English, they don't know the concepts of, I mean, they know the concepts, but they don't know how to communicate using sarcasm or using irony or using emphasis, you know. So these
Yes.
are things that we know in our languages, but we don't know how to do it in English, right?
Yes.
So practice gets you close to perfect. I don't think anything can you can ever be perfect at anything. So practice will get you close to perfect, and the more situations you can create to increase that practice, the better it is. And
Yes,
obviously
you're right.
also do research, find new words that you could use, right? It's okay if it's in your mind and you're not using it, but challenge yourself. Every day I'm going to use one new word or two new words, right? Depending on your skill level. Like if you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced learner, you can push yourself to use like an extra number of words. Like if you're an advanced learner and you're just trying to get better at English so that you can present to international clients, then you need to research what industry you're going to talk, what people are you going to talk to, like which industry are they from. Do the research on those words, and then challenge yourself to use three words every day around your coworkers, around your family. And again, if you're a beginner, you can start off with five simpler words, not something super advanced, but promise yourself that you will use it in sentences on that day, um, so that your brain is used to it. It feels comfortable with that word, how to use it, how to pronounce it, in what form or what statement you have to add
Context,
with it.
yeah.
Yeah, context, exactly. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. And
Yeah.
now I have another questions like how have you celebrated Diwali festival, sir?
So Diwali for us is very auspicious, really auspicious. We consider
Why?
it a financial new year for us, right? So because my family has always been in jewelry, so we're jewelers in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for us, that Diwali Puja, Lakshmi Puja is very important. Then what we do is we reset our financial books, because that's the start of a financial new year. So we go visit all of our cousins, our elders, our in-laws. We wish them Happy New Year. We ask them for forgiveness for whatever mistakes we may have, unknowingly or knowingly committed in the past. And
Yes.
it's like a fresh start for us.
Yes, yes.
What
That's
about you?
great.
How was your Diwali?
Yeah, it has been so great, I think. Flaming out the firecrackers, hanging with my friends, with my localities, and wandering here and there and decorating my houses. So many things I did on Diwali festival, and you know the glampus of the societies and your homes on this special day. It looks quite incredible. So yeah, I enjoyed sharing sweets to each other, putting out the new attires to give the different looks. So
That's nice. What about food? Are there any specific dishes you guys love eating or making in this festival?
yes, of course, the puri. Do you know the puri kachori?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
Yes,
think it's a
and
classic.
rice with the mixing milk and sugars and making out a special dish, which is called uh, what I say, I forget. Kheer, yeah.
Kheer. Yeah,
Yes.
good. Nice.
So,
I've
mm,
never been a fan of. Would you consider kheer as a dessert?
yeah, of course, it tastes so sweet, like a
Yeah.
sugar.
So, my mom used to make kheer, and I used to tell her that I don't like desserts that are liquid. I know it's a very weird thing. So whenever I'm having desserts, it has like I like the more traditional, laddu, kaju katri, like the
Mhm.
normal traditional sweets that we used to have. So when it comes to ras malai, when it comes to kheer, I don't really like it when like somebody serves me that, because I'm like, I don't want to drink milk for dessert. Like that's not what I want to do. But this is just me. I'm weird. Do you have any favorite sweets or desserts that you like?
Yes, of course. Name is Gulab Jamun.
Wow, gulab jamun is a classic. It's amazing. Where do you think you've had the best gulab jamun in the world?
In the world, I don't know, like because I'm not a traveler and I have not been any unknown place, yeah, in a famous place. At Bihar, especially, I'm talking about in my Bihar, the local store. But he have a cooked. I mean, he has cooked food as delicious gulab jamun. So it's obvious things like some of the companies also label up such sweets. So it
Yeah,
gives you a different taste.
yeah. I remember the best gulab jamun I think I've had was at a friend's wedding, which is very annoying because if you go to a restaurant or if you go to a mithai shop and you have it and you're like, wow, this is amazing, you have that satisfaction that you can come back and have it whenever you want, or you can maybe get it home when you are expecting guests and they can also try something really good. But when something like that happens in a wedding, it's so annoying because you cannot buy that product, right? You have
Yes.
to. talk to the caterers and maybe see if you can get. And it was so frustrating for me because I told my parents, how annoying is it that we cannot go and buy this from a shop or we cannot get it delivered at home? So that is something that I really liked. It was very juicy, very succulent, but not. It was not. You know, when you have a bite of gulab jamun, sometimes it just tastes of sugar water, right? It's too sweet sometimes. It wasn't like that, and it was very spongy. And in the middle, there was a small, how do I say?
Pua,
Sorry.
pua. It is called in Hindi pua.
Okay. Wow.
It
I've
is
never heard
made.
of it.
It's a made of milk.
But is it a little bit harder than the gulab
Yeah,
jamun?
yeah. It's a little
Yeah.
harder and just sit on middle of gulab jamun.
Yeah, you can find it when you bite into it, it's right in the center. Yes. So that,
Yes,
by the way, something is I've never had before. So when I had that, I'm like, wow, this seems a bit chewy from the inside, like, but it's not super. It wasn't hard like candy, you know. It was just a little bit chewy, and it was the right consistency of sweet
it's a
and
kind of
spongy.
blubber because
Yeah, a little bit, a little softer than that, but yes. But it was fun to chew. It wasn't annoying. It wasn't like there is some
gives us different
debris.
pleasure.
Sorry?
It gives us different pleasure.
Yeah, yeah, probably yes. But I absolutely loved that. And as soon as I had it, I told everybody like who I knew over there. I'm like, bro, you have to try this. So good. What do you cook?
uh, what do I cook? Especially on Diwali or
No,
on
I'm asking you, do
generally?
you cook?
What do I cook? Right?
Do you know how to cook? That is the question.
Okay, okay. Yeah, of course I know how to make rice, how to make chapati, how to make vegetables.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you think you're an intermediate cook or like an advanced level cook?
Oh no, I'm a beginner you can consider because I, I do not do on daily basis. Whenever I feel yeah, I should do something crazy about. So I just open up, YouTube and get to learn how to make it. If I'm not knowing how to make it, then I go to Google and
Yeah,
YouTube. Yes.
I think now this has become quite common because the other day my parents were out of town and I wanted to make pasta for myself, right? So I took some spaghetti and I knew the basic recipe. Like if I have to make like a white sauce pasta, just take the spaghetti, stick some cheese, milk, cream, and just put it all together. But I thought maybe let's try a new recipe. Let's try something new, now
Yes.
that I have the kitchen to myself and my mom is not going to tell me, don't do this, don't do that, you're making a mess. I thought let me just experiment. And I found a recipe and it was so good. And it was a new experience for me to realize that, oh, you could also do these things, you could also add these ingredients to add flavor to it. So have you ever used, I mean, you have told me that you use YouTube, but which was your most surprising or which was the best recipe that you followed from YouTube? Do you remember?
Yes. I remember, like, I don't know you are preferring to have this or not about the foot of God, the foot of
Okay.
God.
Goat's feet basically.
Yeah, God's feet. Yeah.
Like the
So I
hooves,
used to
the hooves.
in their leg,
No, but are they called hooves?
foots. I was telling you foot. The leg.
No, no, I'm saying Um, I think it's called hooves.
Okay.
Hooves. Hooves.
Yeah, yeah, hoops. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Go
used
on.
to learn how to make it. So I just saw the video where they're burning and they're burning the hair, that was above the leg. And after that, they were rubbing, cleaning the all the hairs from their skin. And after that, they are roasting on the tawa and with the oils. So many things was there. So many process was there. So it was quite harder for me to learn, but somehow I did this.
Was it harder because you needed some special appliances or because it was a difficult process?
It was very difficult process, and at the first time I used to do.
Right, obviously, whenever you're doing anything for the first time, it can be quite annoying because you don't know the perfect way to do it. And
Yeah,
one thing I really, really hate about YouTube recipes is they don't give the ingredient, like sometimes they don't give you the grams and whatnot, right? So the other day when I was cooking the pasta, they said they took the pan, they put the boiled pasta in, and then they just said add 100 grams of cream, add 200 ml of milk. But I'm wondering to myself, okay, you want me to add all these things? Okay, you're giving me the quantities of these ingredients, but you're not telling me how many people it's serving, right?
yes,
So you told me to add 50 grams of, let's say, cream, 200 ml of milk, 5 pieces of garlic, okay, chopped garlic.
yes.
And then I'm making it, and then I realize that I've made too much because
It's
I'm the
huge.
only person who's eating. Yeah,
Yeah, it's huge. How many
exactly.
person would they have
Right.
such?
So I actually put a comment on that video and I said that I would suggest you, when you're making these videos, you make it for one person and you say that the number of people you have, you just double the ingredients. Okay.
Ingredients in
So
the
like you make it
grams.
for one person and you give the ingredient quantities for one person only. And if I know I'm making it for two people, I'll just double it. So instead of 10 grams of cream, I'll put 20 grams of
Yes.
cream. And instead of
Yeah.
100 ml of milk, I'll do 200 ml of milk. So if you start off by saying this recipe serves one person, then you know what the quantity of ingredients you should expect to make, right? Because
Yes.
like I understand that I can skip to the end of the video and see how many people it's serving or how big the plate is that they're making. But I think it'll just be more transparent if you do what, again,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
I'm
would be
not the
handy,
expert.
to give the proper explanation.
They have hundreds and thousands of followers, so maybe they know what they're doing. But I think this was my recommendation. What do you think?
Yeah. No, no, my recommendation, I mean, my opinion is also as equal of you. Like at least this would be clarify how much person can have, and how
Right.
many person it should be shared, right? So it would be
Right.
the confirmation according to our needs, we can make it,
Yeah,
right?
because there are some dishes, okay, where the creator is making it for four people. Okay. So let's say he's using 400 grams of paneer. Okay. So that
Yes,
doesn't mean that if you're making it for one person, you can use 100 grams, right?
yes,
There are some dishes where 200 grams is the minimum of something. Let's say milk. Like if you're adding milk or water to something, you cannot divide it by four after you realize that it's made for four people because sometimes the minimum for the dish is two, right? So like you
yes.
need to have two so that something doesn't burn or something doesn't overcook, right? Maybe I'm taking this too seriously. Let's forget about it. I was not happy because I made it. I remember I made the. I think I have a picture of it here. But I made the
So
pasta.
it would, so it would
Sorry.
have been remained, right? And after tomorrow, you would have again that recipe, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's huge, I think. 4 or 5 member can have this.
Exactly. And I was so frustrated because I was the only person at home. Wait,
Mm.
how do I
Yeah,
stop it?
especially at
Yeah.
beginnings. At the first time, you don't have an experience to how much we should, go for.
Exactly.
It's obvious things. They should learn, they should understand the mentality, the attention of beginners.
Can you see this?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I can see. Oh
So
my
this
God.
was just for myself. And I was so frustrated because I'm like, how am I going to eat this? This is a big bowl. This is probably the size of this
Oh my
bag.
God. How many times have you had this? Had you have this?
I made it once, and then then nobody at home let me enter the kitchen again, so I didn't have the chance to do it again.
Okay. I know
Yeah,
many time you put into the please, and I think two and three time you have to go for for having that to just
yeah.
finish it
So
all,
this
right?
I had for lunch and dinner both. So by the time I started, I reheated it for dinner. It felt very sticky. It felt very stale. So I was not a big fan of, like, it didn't taste that great for dinner, like after 6 hours, basically.
If taste was okay, then you somehow you managed,
Yeah.
right?
But it felt like I was having stale food. Like it was too sticky. Even when I was trying to pick it up, I was picking up lumps. In spaghetti, you want to just roll your fork and then pick it up, and then you can see a couple of strands falling down. Here, I was picking it up as if I'm picking up a potato or something. Like it was a huge lump. And like, how do I eat
Yeah,
that? Even after reheating.
yeah. It was little bit difficult to holding all of them.
Yeah,
By the way, they should always keep in mind like beginners are coming on YouTube, right, for learning out. So they should, give proper explanation. I think it will be very handy for others to learn.
yeah. Because some of the videos they're making, they have their audience in mind, and they think the audience has basic knowledge of how to cook something, right? So
Yes,
there are some things that beginners don't know. Like when I was younger, I didn't know that garlic you can put in oil, but then it burns really quickly, right? It overcooks really
okay,
quickly. I didn't know that. I didn't know a couple of things, like you cannot mix sour things with anything milk. Like you cannot put lime or salt. Salt you can add a little bit, but not too much, because then the milk will get spoiled, right?
yes. And do you know how to make egg fry?
No,
Do you know?
I'm vegetarian, so I don't
Oh,
cook all those things. Yeah,
yeah. And by the way, I didn't ask you, like, do you have any hobbies of watching, going to any web series, any movies?
I do. I do. I watch a lot of those. I like watching anything that has to do with, like, detectives, like solving crimes and stuff. I like anime. I like anime a lot. Right.
Oh,
I like any documentaries that come out about football, like football teams, football, like ex players. If they're talking about the history of a club, or they're talking about the past career of a player, what they did before a very important match, right?
curious content you always go to, right? So that can hold you for for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Chandan, just a heads up, I need to leave because I have a session in 3 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
our time is up anyway, but thank you so much. This was lovely, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you, and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. Same here, sir.
All right.